emergency video, and no, this is not clickbait. We just had CPI data, inflation United States, and inflation came in much higher, much hotter than anticipated, and it does not miss its effect on the market. This is the S&P 500, and look at that major sell-off. This is only the pre-market. In a little bit from now, the markets will go open. A huge influx of liquidity will enter the market, and the big question is, will we dump further or not? This is very bad news for the stock markets, because as you can see here, this is the inflation rate from September on, went from 2.4 to 2.6, 2.7, 2.9, and now the consensus was that it would stay at 2.9, it would stay flat, but it came in 3%, slightly hotter than anticipated. That shows that inflation is A, stickier than people expected, and B, that inflation might be back. Not only that, also the core inflation that came out at the exact same time, they were anticipating 0.2 to 0.3, but it came in 0.4, so also here hotter than expected. And on top of this data comes out one day after the first day of the hearing of Jerome Powell, where he stated that we are not in a hurry to lower the interest rate. Of course he is not in a hurry, because as you can see here the inflation is rising. You do not want to lower the interest rates once inflation is rising, because then you're fueling the inflation. Once inflation is rising, actually you should higher the interest rates. So he's saying that to keep some ammunition, and with this new data coming out, well, he is not possible to lower the interest rate. Matter of fact, I think interest rate hikes are back on the table, and this is also something that I've talked about in a previous video. I think I uploaded yesterday or the day before. Said watch out for the inflation data, for CPI data, because if it is higher again, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive months of higher CPI data. Trust me, rate hikes, that discussion is now back on the table, and that will also be the question during the next FOMC. This is actually very bad news, and like I said, it does not miss its mark on the stock market. I mean, look at this candle here on the S&P 500. The range of just this candle right here is double, almost triple the regular daily range sometimes that you see on a pretty quiet day. So like I said, the market is not even open. Not only that, also on BTC you can see this major move down. Here the move is a little bit less. It looks like that we are recovering just a tiny bit, but what is going to be the most important is in approximately 20 minutes from now we have New York open. That initial reaction, that is going to be oh so important, because once we're opening, you would see that we will have a very big opening gap. This is right now on the ETH, and then we will go to the RTH, the regular trading hours, and that is of course the close of New York yesterday, and then the open from now, and that open of course will then be much lower. So we're here, you can also see the gap here, but usually during the trading days these gaps will get closed, and eventually sometimes we bounce off or we go lower. But now, since the inflation data is so bad, there is a huge gap, and the question is, will price eventually move higher to close that gap? That will be bullish, or will we reject somewhere halfway, or do we not see a move up at all? We just see a continuous selling. If that happens and we right away start selling off in, let's say, the first 30 minutes to 1 hour, that is super bearish. That will dump not only the S&P but also the Nasdaq, and it will definitely affect Bitcoin. And then I'm looking for much lower prices. Not only did we now already take out this low right here, but I think if the S&P 500 keeps on dumping this low that we created here at 91,200, I think it's back on the table, and it wouldn't be all too crazy to think that we're eventually going to take it out. It is only quote-unquote 4%. On volatile days we have seen much larger moves. I mean, look at this. This was 12%, so another 4% dump to this low. It is absolutely possible. This is actually pretty damn bad news. I just want to give you that as soon as possible. Please be careful. First 30 minutes to 1 hour New York open, absolutely crucial. How is the market going to react on this news? If you like these very crucial, fast, timely updates, then guys, please do me a favor by just liking, subscribing, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything, and I'll see you guys very soon again in the next update. Bye bye.